What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Enigmatica 2 Expert. Oh yeah, guys. So last episode, we ended up making the creative tank, and we made some rainbow generators, and then we saw that we had to start making these other creative items to unlock the quest for the creative fluid tank, right? So I've been doing some stuff off camera here, trying to gather some materials and make some things. So far in this recipe, we have our resonance cell frames, all 8 of those. We have 8 of these energy cell resonance. I had to make just the basic energy cell and then make 8 kits to upgrade all of these guys. We have our angel sight stuff here, our dilithium, our elite plating, our californium RTGs, which we made last episode. So yeah, currently I am crafting up, what am I crafting? We are crafting up ultimate induction thingies. What are these? I don't remember this one. The ultimate induction cell. We're crafting up 4 of those. So we needed... yeah, 4 ultimate induction cells, and we need 4 ultimate induction providers. So I went to go make 4 of the cells, and then it said that we didn't have any crafting CPUs available. Yeah, apparently it requires a whole lot of material, so I had to add in 64K storage, an additional one, to all of our crafting CPUs down here. So each one of these now has 1 less coprocessor, and the middle block in the center and the middle block on the bottom our 64K crafting storage on all 7 of those processors. Okay, so we upgraded our processors so they can store more stuff. But yeah, the next thing is we needed to make these induction providers, and I wanted to go make 4 of those, and we are out of lithium. Again, we keep running out of lithium. It's very frustrating. So I think what we can do with lithium, if we take a look at lithium, if we go into the ingot here, we can see that we can cast it. So molten lithium casts into an ingot. Okay, so what I think we're going to end up doing, let's steal our smart output here. We'll take our slot upgrade and our basin upgrade. We'll grab this guy completely, and we're going to put it over here. We're going to use our creative fluid tank, I do believe, in order to do what we're about to do. So let's grab, what did we do last time? Was a melter? Melter, and then we need a lithium. I think using the melter is just a little bit easier than trying to get it out of the tinker stuff, but we don't have our point over there, so we'll grab another point, provide that with power. Okay, so our melter is ready to go. Can we melt this? It looks like we can. Awesome. So there's our lithium. So if I right click on there, now we have all of the lithium. That's fantastic. All right, so I think we're gonna grab a chest, and then we need some conduit. Now, these smart outputs, there was a bug a while ago, the last time I tried using these things for extensive purposes. If you put on an extra utilities transfer node onto there, it just crashed your game. It was like game over, GG, you lose. I don't know if that bug has been fixed. I assume it has, but I still am a little bit wary about trying to extract out of that with the extra utility stuff, so I'm not going to do that. So we'll just use these conduits here. Hopefully this will be good enough, and then we need ender fluid conduit and maybe speed upgrades. I don't know, like, if we can get the fluid out of this fast enough. I guess we'll find out here in just a moment. So this is going to be extract always active. This is going to be on insert, and we need the slot upgrade and basin upgrade so we can make blocks, right? Okay, so it looks like we're extracting the blocks, and it looks like we are keeping up without having to put those speed upgrades in there. But let's just put the speed upgrades in anyway, and then we'll do some stuff here. So I will hit that a few times with the time in a bottle, then we'll hit that a few extra times. And look at this. Okay, so now we are creating blocks. Are we keeping up on the fluid? The fluid is fine. It's just the extraction rate is just kind of garbage. I wonder, can we use... how about the mechanism? What are they called? Logistical transporters? Do we have the ultimate ones? We do. I wonder if this would work any better. What is it called? A configurator? This thing. Let's get rid of this. We tried it. It works. But not very well. And then you gotta use the time in a bottle on it. So heat, energy, gases, fluids, items. Oh, I did not mean to do that. Does that matter? I don't want this thing colored. No color. Okay, so we're extracting out of that. And it looks like it's going pretty fast. If we time in a bottle that, what happens? We're still kind of waiting a little bit. I think you got to time in a bottle this too. Oh, that's much better. Okay, so things are happening. I like it. All right, so now we have literally all of the lithium. Unfortunately, we still have to use the time in a bottle. I mean, we could probably bring the Astral Sorcerer ritual over here and like have it just sped up by that, but yeah, this seems pretty good. So we'll have like pretty much all the lithium that we're ever gonna need. Now, I don't know, lithium, do we have that? Yeah, we already have that in the storage drawer, so we just need to dump these into our system and then we should be good. Yeah, so now we got 13,000 lithium ingots. Oh boy. And that. Okay, so now if I want to do ultimate induction, was it the cell or the provider? Which one are we currently making? I don't want to make this the wrong one. So that's induction cell. Ultimate induction provider is what we need. So if we need 4 of those, it looks like everything's happy. It gives me the start button. All right, well, let's start that up. Maybe. Is it not going to start? Now, I've seen it before where it doesn't want to start because, like, it's trying to pull, like, ingots and blocks at the same time, but it's really the same item, so there's not enough. Is it the osmium available? See, it looks like it wants osmium blocks and osmium ingots. Maybe it's osmium. Usually you can solve that by... Well, we don't have... 529. How much of this does it want? We wanted the induction cell. Yeah, it's hard for me to figure out. So we want 800 osmium and then 3... No, we should have enough of that. So that can't be the issue here. Gold essence. Lithium dust. Maybe a steel to craft. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just going to have to go through this real quick and figure out what it is. Well, now, of course, when I click it, start that time, it works. Why not? Why wouldn't it work? Anyway, this is going to take about 30 minutes for this to finish up. So let's see if we can work on something else. So we got the induction cells and the induction providers on craft. We have the energy cells, all of that stuff. So the solar arrays, that was something that we looked at last episode. We have made some of these before, but we didn't have patterns for the 4. Solar array. So we have the solar array controller 3, 2, and 1. And then we have a solar array 5. Let's make solar array 4. The tier 4. Okay, so this is why we didn't do it, because it needed advanced crafting. Okay, that makes sense now. So we need to make ourselves... Okay, let's back up real quick. So we needed 2 5s. So we already have 1 5. So we need 1 additional 5 plus 2 4s. Now the 5 requires just 1 4. Okay, so we have to make 3 4s. Okay, so I guess what we should do is bookmark this one and then make 3 of these guys. So energy cell frames, reinforced frame, reinforced frame full. It says we have those, so we'll make 3 of them. Looks like we got everything, so we'll queue that up. We needed, what was that, 9 of these energy cell frames. I made a bunch of those earlier, but yeah, we can do that. There shouldn't be anything special. Oh yeah, those just convert directly, it looks like. Okay, and then advanced solar generator. All right, so we are going to need 12 of those, and we are running low on osmium. Now, is there osmium seeds? Have we not? Yeah, there is osmium seeds. We have not done anything with osmium yet. Is there a reason we haven't? I don't think so, other than the fact that we just never made this. Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and take some time here, make the osmium seeds, get that hooked up in the end, start getting some osmium coming in. We need to get some more greenhouse glass made, I am sure. So that's going to be 128 of those. Cool, so I'll go ahead and get this going. We'll get those seeds made, and then we'll continue on, guys. Well, I'm not sure exactly what's going on. Like, we queued up all those auto crafts to go, and they are crafting, but like the world is acting super laggy right now. Like, if I right click on there, well, that opened up kind of fast. But like these recipes, like if I click into this and I try and go to these different tabs, like this takes a while. And if we come over to look at the mechanism stuff over here that's crafting, like you can see these progress bars aren't really doing anything. I'm not sure what's going on here. I thought it might have had something to do with these interfaces, so I had them pointing down now. But like when I right click on the interface, that takes a while to open up. Yeah, there is definitely something here that the game is not liking, and I don't know what it is. Oh my goodness. So yeah, things are going really slow. I thought it might have had to do something with us casting out the blocks of lithium since that was still going. I don't know. There's just some weirdness. But we do have the osmium plants now going, and we are collecting them slowly. But we are collecting them. Yeah, the world seems to be running really slow right now. If we do a COFH TPS, this should tell us what our current TPS is. And it doesn't look like there's anything out of the ordinary that's like slowing down the world, but obviously something is slowing down the world. So I don't know what it is. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to continue fighting with this for a little while. Let all these crafts happen. Maybe it's just applied energistics trying to do too many things at once. I honestly don't know. But anyway, I'm going to let this continue on and we'll be back, guys. Alright guys, so I've been sitting here trying to figure out what's going on, and it has to do with this ultimate provider craft. If we come in here, we cancel this, so it stops doing anything with applied energistics. Things starts going at the normal speed again. You can see we're crafting iron ingots really fast. I just told to craft 10,000 of those, and then I queued up the ultimate providers. Was it the providers? The providers here. For whatever reason, this recipe, when I tell it to make 4 of them, really makes the system just lag. And I'm not exactly sure what's going on. I went and I crafted up like each individual item that it needs, so it doesn't have to like queue up so many different crafts. But yeah, whatever it is, it just doesn't like this. So I am going to do each individual of the mechanism ones. Maybe that's what it is. These mechanism ones, I believe we had to set the recipe so it can what's the term? The or dictionary substitutions. We have that turned on, otherwise, like because of NBT data or whatever, it does not accept those for the recipe. So that's the only thing I could think of. Why this recipe is just lagging so much, because there's so many recipes that the or dictionary substitution. So I think I'll just go through and craft each one of these things individually, and then hopefully things will just work. Okay, so we are now set up in order to make the solar array controller tier 4s. After crafting each of those mechanism pieces by hand, or I guess telling the system to craft each individual one, and then saying, okay, craft 4 of those providers, it worked. We weren't lagging. But anyway, here is the solar array controller tier 4. Here is our second one and our third one. Okay, so now we need to take those and put them over here. Now the solar array takes just one right in the center, so we can add that right there. And I'm currently working on making 2 of these high voltage solar arrays. Yeah, so the high voltage solar array, if I tell it to make 2 of these, it's already crafting right now, but it requires so much of this tiny dry rubber. We never really did set up a proper rubber farm earlier on. We mined a whole bunch of rubber wood, and we had that going through the tree fluid extractor, and we had that going into our latex processing unit. But honestly, the fastest way to get the latex now is just with our creative portable tank. So I filled up a portable tank full of it, and then I have a backup latex bucket right here. In case we need more, I can click that onto the creative one and fill it back up, and we can fill this back up. Anyway, so I got that set up. Now I did change this. Previously, we had water being put into the back of this thing through a ME fluid export bus, which works okay. But like when you try and time in a bottle this thing and like make this stuff really fast, it just can't keep up. So I did switch that out for a fluid interface right here, and then I put an ultimate mechanical pipe on there to extract out. I think that's the fastest extraction that we can do. Plus it has a pretty large buffer inside, so it's keeping this pretty much full constantly, which is fantastic. But we can't keep up with water with it going like that. So down below I added in a portable tank here, resonant. And then I have our dense infinite water source. Previously our dense infinite water source was directly on this ME fluid storage bus. And yeah, it provides water decent, but honestly, with that going as fast as it's using the water, we're still not keeping up. So yeah, that's where we're at right now. So I made enough of it so we were able to craft what we needed to craft, and now we're just letting it chew through the rest of the latex in here, just making more tiny dry rubber for later. And then I did put this on a storage bus finally, and make patterns so we can convert that directly into plastic. So yeah, we are currently crafting like all of this crazy nonsense for 2 of these high voltage solar arrays. Yeah, this is going to take a little bit of time. We still got to do a whole bunch of iron plates here and 10 item casings and all sorts of stuff. But anyway, just thought I'd give you guys a little bit of an update on what we're working on right now, and we'll be right back, guys. All right, so now we have our solar array controller tier 4s, both of those, and our tier 5s, both of those, finally. I added in our draconic energy cores, and this is filling out quite nicely. If we look at the creative power cell, we can see in the corners here, we need pellets of RTG fuel. Now, these things have changed recipes, and we should be able to craft those no problem. But the thing is that pellets of RTG fuel, if I remember correctly, give you radiation sickness if you touch them without wearing your hazmat suit. Hazmat. So we have this, and then I need the, what are they called? I don't remember. This like rubber boots or something? Is it these? Yeah, I got rid of the armor stand that we had over there a long time ago. Anyway, so we should be able to unequip this. We should be able to put on our hazmat suit. Perfect. So we want to make these RTG fuels. So we have that. We probably can do it this method too, plutonium. Well, no, actually we got plenty of the plutonium. Let's just go ahead and do it that way. So we need dense iron plates, and we need 6 of them per, and we need 4 of these, so we need 24 of these guys. So go ahead and craft that up. That should be pretty fast. All right, and then we needed the plutonium. All right, there we go. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. So we can go ahead and add that into this over here. Cool, so we got another section of that done. Now, the ultimate ingots. These are another thing that we're going to have to look at, and I think we have to use the ultimate crafting table in order to do that, so I'm going to have to take out all these items and put them back in here. Now, people had mentioned, I think in the last episode, that I melt this down and use the creative tank with it? It does not look like it. The only recipe for the ultimate ingot is a block will turn into it, or the nuggets, and the recipe for the block is just from the ingots, and the recipe for the nuggets is just from an ingot. So there is no way to melt this down. It doesn't show any recipe here that the ultimate ingot can be made from a fluid. So what that means is we have to mass produce all of these other ingots, and then we can put them all into the ultimate crafting, and then we can mass produce this guy. But unfortunately, there is no just quick, speedy way to mass produce this as far as I can tell. So we'll hold off on that for a little bit. Now, the other thing, these benionite, whatever those are, those require these complex arcane mechanisms. Now, we can do it on the arcane workbench, and yeah, that's probably going to be the fastest way. I was almost thinking that we should look at setting up the this guy, the arcane crafting engine. This is a thing that we haven't done, but that requires a lot of setup in order to do this as well. And if we're not having to like mass produce stuff with this, I'm not sure it's really worth setting it up. I don't know. It looks kind of cool, and it looks like something that we'd have to do. But for instance, if we wanted to even start this, we'd have to make these items, which means we have to research it. Then we have to make the workbench. I don't even know what these things are called. What is that thing called? It's called the workbench charger, the V batteries. We have to make all of this stuff. Now, if it's not like if we're not having to mass produce hundreds of things with it, I'm not exactly sure it's worth setting that up. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go over and craft up a couple of these things using this method here. I know we can do this. This is not a big deal. It would be nice to have it automated, but yeah, we'd have to do Thumbcraft research and all that kind of stuff. You get it. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and craft up 4 of these and then 4 of each of one of these things. I think most of these things we can auto craft or get pretty easily. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and do that. Make the Benio. I'm just going to stop trying to pronounce that. Make those, and then we will look at trying to make a bunch of these ultimate ingots to finish up this recipe. All right, guys. So a little while later, we now have another stack of ultimate ingots ready to go. And I did try and make sure as much as possible that we had another stack of each one of these ingots in the system. So if we need more than this, we can easily make it. Now, the only one that I know for sure that we don't have extras of is the insanium ingots, which I had to go spawn in 3 more stacks of wither bosses in order to make these, and we're probably completely out of supremium. Yeah, we're down to 25 right now. Supremium essence. So if we need to do that, I think we need to spawn in like 4, maybe 5 stacks of bosses in order to do that. I think we had 300-ish of this in the system when we started. Anyway, so we're ready to go here. We could do this. And then I did test off camera the effect of these pellets of RTG fuel in our inventory while we're wearing the draconic stuff. Now, normally, if you don't have this on and you don't have like the hazmat suit on, you put that in your inventory, you get like a sickness or radiation poisoning, and it lasts for a very, very long time. I don't think milk even gets rid of it. But this, if you put it makes that sound, but because of the draconic armor pretty much gets rid of any bad effects on you. So yeah, I mean, you can hold it for a little while and it'll just use, I was going to point down here at the shield. It'll use some of the armor and all that kind of stuff, but if you're fast about it, it won't really make that much of a difference. So let's just go ahead and put that in here and get it out of our inventory because that sound is super, super annoying. So I think we should have pretty much everything ready to go. I did make these things here. This was a real pain to do. Hopefully we don't have to make too many more. Hopefully we can just get to the creative storage upgrade and make all of them. We need to craft 1 more of those. That'd be really nice. I did use a reservoir a lot. I was using this melter over here to melt down certain ingots and then cast them out. I decided to use this ingot former. This is a lot better than what we were doing before. Yeah, the ingot former. So we have a bunch of supremium ingots here. I can put those in my inventory. So yeah, it casts out way faster than the smart output things that we were using. Yeah, but it does require power, but you know, we have unlimited power, so who cares about that? But anyway, yeah, I've been doing that for quite a lot of the different items around here. Put that away, we'll clear this thing out and let that thing finish up. Shift click that. Okay, and we are good. Put that away. Okay, now we're good. All right, so now we should be able to put everything here, and then maybe we can click this. It says we are missing the energy cell resonant. Even though we have energy cell resonant, the NBT data, some of these have power because they went into my hotbar. So now I got to place each one of these things manually. Okay, so everything's in place except for our rainbow generators, and the number 2 is changing color on us. Anyway, so we can place that here and place that there, and there we go, a creative power cell. Oh my goodness, that took a really long time. We had a quest complete for that, creative RF. Let's go into our quest section. Bragging rights, creative RF. This runs a command script. What does this do? I've obtained the creative power cell! Exclamation point. Woo! We did it! That's really the only reward. It just it just says that? Okay. That's cool. We can put that away. So this thing, it says this block can store power. It can store 40 million RF, optionally in a big multi-dimensional structure. Infusing bonus, reduce long distance power extraction cost. So, so you place it down, you can do the power things. Well, we really don't need this. We're making this specifically for the quest, and hopefully me placing it down and having it owned by me is not going to have a problem at all. Hopefully, I don't think it should. So now that we have the creative power cell, creative EU, which we've never needed to use because we were using the mechanism, what is it, the universal power cables that convert from RF to EU automatically. So yeah, we've never needed to worry about that. So the creative generator. This is our next task. Oh my goodness, high voltage solar arrays. Holy. So it took us forever to make 2 of those, and this wants us to make 12. Oh my goodness, guys. And then all these ultimate induction providers. Okay, so we're gonna be, well, I'm gonna be doing a whole lot of stuff off camera is what's gonna happen here. All the pellets of RTG, that's not a big deal. We saw that. UU matter buckets, we have all the UU matter. Fusion core, I think we have that on auto craft, right? Fusion core, yeah, that's on auto craft. That's not a big deal. Getting back to this, so we need 4 of those nuclear reactors, ultimate induction cells, and another rainbow generator. I think we put that in auto craft too, right? Rainbow generator. Yeah. Oh wow. Okay. Iron is the only thing that we're out of. Oh no, we're missing an ender star, and then we're missing an awakened core. So we never automated those things. The ender star, I think that's the item that I just got done making a whole bunch of over here, right? Let me take a look at that. Let's bookmark this thing. Ender star. It's this one, right? Yeah, so I just got done making a whole bunch of those because we needed that for the ingots. Yeah, these enhanced ender ingots. So, I mean, it's not a big deal. The crafting is really slow. Even though we have all these ender alternators, like, I still needed the time in a bottle. And even then, it seemed like it was going pretty slow. Oh my goodness, guys. So we have so much stuff here left to do. Most of this is going to be done off camera. I am going to... Yeah, I think we're just going to go ahead and wrap the episode up here for today. I think getting the creative power cell, I think getting that's a pretty good reward for today. Anyway, guys, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up here for today. Thank you guys for watching. Remember to leave a like on this episode if you liked it, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye.